All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. Oh, and Lucas is saying yesterday you got to build your altar the way you wanted. It looks so pretty. Just need some of those tall candles. That's really cool. Yeah, and I noticed that folks in various parts of the country are dealing with rain or stormy weather, and we've got a little bit of that going here. I was just looking at the radar. It's probably just going to be patches of heavy rain, but it's okay. We needed it, so we're going to
need a lot of it.
Yeah. We hadn't had a really good soaking rain in a long time, and usually this is part of our wet season. So, we need to catch up. So, we won't complain. As long as everybody is safe. The places that need the rain, can get it, and it's all good. So, welcome back. Darren is back. I think you were missed.
Hey guys.
Bless you. If you need a napkin, I've got one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. She did. Yeah. You might have heard Indiana squeak in the background. She was saying "bless you," basically, because we figured out that if one of us sneezes, she will sort of squeak quack at us, and that's her basically saying "bless you" because we're so used to saying that to each other. It's a habit, and so she learned the habit. So it's completely darling. She almost walked in here a few minutes ago, but she's hanging out in the pool. I told her, yeah, you stay there. If the weather got bad, we'd be in there with her anyway. So, she's in a good spot. But she actually helped us with the ritual last week because instead of feeding grain to a goose for Geb, we fed treats to Indiana. So, yeah. So, it was, she got to help out. It was great. So now we're actually doing this ritual a little bit early because the Feast of Filling the Sacred Eye, it's the midwinter feast on the Kemetic calendar. And it's actually mentioned in the Book of the Dead on the second month of winter last day. And so, at the end of, and their seasons had 4 months. So it's smack in the middle of winter or Poret. And, the way we reckon the calendar, it would be January 13th. And if you look at it, that's exactly 6 months after the start of, the days on the year and, Kemetic Holy Week, and 6 months before we started again. So we are at the midpoint, like the high noon of the Kemetic year. And so that's why we're honoring the filling of the sacred eye, and that has to do with Ra's eye being, restored to him, and sort of by extension the eye of Horus being made whole. They tended to kind of blend together, over time, and so that eye is being filled, and everything is at a point of, if you think about it with high noon, everything is at its totality. It's completeness. And
it's zenith.
Yeah, it's zenith. Yeah. And so that's why we have our creator deities. We have Ra, we have Amun, we have Ptah, and also on the altar I have a piece of lapis lazuli that I ended up painting an eye of Horus on in gold paint. But what I'm hoping that I can do at some point is I'll have to email the folks at the Pueblo Cultural Center in Albuquerque, but they work with stone artists, lapidary artists, and I might be able to find someone who could take that piece of lapis and actually carve it into the shape of a Nujat eye. It won't be free, obviously, save up for that, but it would be really cool to have that piece of lapis actually shaped into an eye of Horus. So talk about something cool for the altar at that point. So that's, of course, I've had that piece of lapis for 20 years now. So, stone is a patient material. It can wait. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we have waters for you. Oh, Adrena, good. Awesome. Yeah. And what else is the? Oh goodness. Um. Okay, so Wolf, you're talking working on getting the RV tuned up to find other places. Um. Well, that keep in touch with us. If we can help you, find someplace. Um. And yeah, sarcastic. Watch which way you turn in Albuquerque, haha. But getting in the 80s here. Yeah, it was in the 80s for us earlier this week, and now it's actually going to get cold over the weekend, so it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I did see that. That was really cool. And so I sent a little reaction. By the way, guys, on the Discord, I noticed there's lots of different little emojis, but I don't know which ones are like really super positive, happy emojis. Because with all the different onks and images of Anubis, I'm like, okay, which one is a happy one? So yeah. So yeah, so take your time. But all right, let's go ahead and get started. And if you have to step out at any point for, sinuses or other.
Yeah, if I can, I'll let you know.
Okay. But
I snuck that one by.
Can't what?
When you
Step out.
I'm back.
Yes, he's back. Be here all week. Yes, and hopefully Preston is almost home in Knoxville by now. He probably got some rain on his way up there, but we might end up getting a call from him at some point in the middle of this. Who knows? So if you suddenly hear the theme from Neon Genesis Evangelion, that's his ringtone.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. This Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, O Natural. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. And we have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. The cool water's missed you. Here. Talk about a wake up.
Yeah.
Oh, words.
Lots of things.
Okay, here, let me see that. Alrighty.
And I would like a wisdom text later.
Alrighty. Yeah, well, I think it's becoming a thing now. To pull when we pull a cookie for everyone, we'll pull wisdom text for everyone. But we'll do that when it gets to be time. Oh, okay. Yeah, hold on. Somebody was asking for the link for the Discord. Hold on just a second. I should be able to pull that up. And then we'll light our candle. Oh, double click. Thank you. By the way, thank you for the super sticker. Yes, cool waters and soft rains. Yes.
I missed you guys.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, it's just Discord is trying to update or something, and
Discord is being Discordian. Brought to you by Discord.
hang on. I'm gonna let it go in the background, and then if it'll whenever it pulls up, I can get you that link to the Discord, the invitation. But yeah, and Katie's like, we missed you too. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Okay, cool. So I will stop that running in the background. Okay. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come, oh come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, until none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now, and has been with us in the past, or will be joining us in the future. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And we'll light an extra lamp because excuse me. It's one of those major holidays. And eventually we'll have a space where we can light a whole bunch of them, but that'll do for now. We definitely want to light our candle for Mama Sekhmet. She may bring peace and healing to all those who need it. And to Mahes, Scarlet Lord, that he may protect all of those that are in the path of storms and inclement weather. Everyone who's tuning in, and all of our loved ones, all of our folks who might be traveling, keep them safe from the weather. So. You arise in the Akhetis Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, O Patal, Amen, O you Nutcheru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, cast out Isfet. May you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night. Your protection being before us and your strength being within us. What? What just happened? Something went black. Hold on, guys. It wasn't me this time, y'all. Oh, okay. You know what? Let me close that. Okay,
we're
all
still
right.
going. Awesome.
Yes, all right. Okay, good. What happened was something popped up. I think it was Discord. And so I saw a black screen for a second. I was like, all right, what happened? Okay, good. Everything's good. All right. Oh, okay. And divination system. Yeah, it had a bad blizzard in Estonia. Well, I hope everything's okay over there. I know there's a lot going on in that part of the world, and prayers for everyone to be safe. But yeah, and as weather like that becomes more common, I think it's a good idea to have just things, in your home, so that in case there's a power disruption, you can have your basics covered, light to see by, something to a way to keep warm, or have some food that's shelf stable, things like that. It's always good to be prepared. But let's go ahead and start with our offerings. Take these, your cool waters that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oh, Yanachuru, these cool waters are the eye of Horus. Your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yanachuru. You may be purified with it. We give you incense. Great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you and cleanses you. It adorns you, takes its place upon your hands. O Yanachuru, we give to you this eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yanachuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, Amun, Ptah, O Yanachuru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. And in these lands far from the Nile, that don't have the benefit of the Nile flood, may the rains come and nourish the ground, so that our gardens will be able to prosper, and that we'll be safe from wildfires, in the summer months. Pure, pure is Ra Horeketi within his house. Pure, pure is Ptah south of his wall, and Amun, lord of Thebes, within their house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure. For Ra Horeketi, for Amun, for Ptah, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horeketi. Come to your body, O Amun. Come to your body, O Ptah. Come to your bodies, O Yunachiru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Ptah, before Amun. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horeketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu no Kepru Ra. Your foes retreat from you, and Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle. It may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we pour these cool waters on the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Ta henket kakao abdus nechermerha kut nebet nofra war bet anket necherim and cow and akupu nibu machara nibu hero nechera. A voice offering bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. Including Renee Good, was the lady that was killed in Minneapolis this week when she was stopped by ICE agents. And it's sad that this was in the same town where George Floyd was killed 6 years ago. And their loss is irreplaceable, but may it make people sit up and take notice and speak out for truth and for Ma'at. We come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your cause shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at. They know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. This fet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Alrighty. We have some things from that are specifically from the filling of the sacred eye. This comes from chapter 140 of the Book of the Dead. The mighty one appears, lighting up the horizon. A tomb appears, perfumed with incense, the luminous one who rises in the sky. The mansion of the Benben is in joy, and all its residents are assembled. A voice calls out within the shrine. A shout reverberates throughout Duat. Obeisance is done at the word of Atum Horketi. His Majesty gives command to the Aeneid attending him, for he is happy to contemplate the sacred eye. Behold my body, to which protection has been given, and all my limbs which have been made to flourish. His Majesty's words go forth, and his eye rests in her place upon his brow in the 4th hour of the night, and the land is happy in this last day of Machir. The majesty of the sacred eye is before the Aeneid. A tomb shines as on the first occasion, and the sacred eye is in his head. Ra Atum, the everlasting, the sacred eye. Shu, Geb, Osir, Set, and Horu, Jehuti, who travels eternity. Nut, Aset, Nebathat, Hathor, the victorious, and the 2 Shemayat goddesses. Ma'at, Anapu of the sacred land, born of eternity, and the Ba of Jadu. When the sacred eye has been filled in the presence of the Lord to the limit, standing completed and content, these gods are joyful on this day. Their hands support her, and the feast of all the gods is celebrated. They say, Hail to you and praise to Ra. The sacred bark sails, and Afet is felled. Hail to you and praise to Ra. The form of Khepri has come into being. Hail to you and praise to Ra. Rejoice over him, for his enemies have been driven away. Hail to you and praise to Ra. The heads of the Mozabadesh have been cut off. Worship to you and praise to Ra. Now, originally, they would have offered, 5 white loaves and 5 flat loaves. We're just going to have to settle for the white loaf for now. But the loaves and meat offerings and candles around the ujat, and of course we've got our incense. So, taking from the litany of Shu here. O you 8 Hek gods of Hek gods, who encircle the sky with your arms, who gathered together sky and earth for Geb. Shu fashioned you in chaos, in noon, in darkness and gloom. He allots to you Geb and Nut, while Shu is repeating Nehech, and Tefnut is enduring Jet. Shu is the one whom Atum fashioned. His robe is the air of life. A cry for him went out from the mouth of a tomb. The air opened upon his ways. He makes the sky light after darkness. His pleasing color is the breath of a tomb. Storm clouds in the sky are his efflux. Hailstorms in the dusk are his sweat. The length of the sky is his stride, and the width of the earth are his settlements. All living things upon the back of Geb. By a tomb's command does Shu govern them. His life is in their nostrils. He guides breath into their throats. And Indiana chimes in. Alrighty. Okay, there's some stuff. I'm just kind of trying to catch up on the chat here. The green is okay. Oh, roll my blunt. I probably have COVID. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you recover from it quickly. But okay. Okay. You know, it's funny. I saw where you requested that sarcastic, and I actually was planning to do that before you requested it. So. And Roma Blood, I'm sorry that happened too. That's crazy. Yeah. Okay, and Zephos, hi there. Can't stay behind everyone. I'm alive. Could I have a cookie from Rob, please? Absolutely. Yeah, and I will say this, because I don't want, I try to make sure that things don't get, political here, but I will say, law enforcement agents are supposed to be trained to, the whole thing about protect and serve, always to take the benefit, not the benefit of the doubt, but take the polite route first, and sometimes they don't. And it's when they don't that they're being a bad example for others. And that's what we have to, call out when they're not doing their job the way they should be. They're not serving the public good. They're just, out to get somebody. And that's not what we need in this country. We need, people to look for the benefit of the doubt and to look for the polite way to handle a dispute rather than just jumping immediately to, whatever, so that's, the most I'm going to say about that. But either way, it's really bad that these things are going on, and that, we, even have, things like this coming up in the news, are we so afraid of each other that, we have to go and tattle to somebody on us, so we can't, see each other eye to eye as fellow citizens anymore. I think about the texts where they talk about, the land is turned upside down, and, families are turned against each other. And, some of these things like the admonitions of Ipuwer and, some of those other texts, it's unfortunately kind of like, some of the things we're seeing now, and that's concerning, because we're not, on a broader scale, we're not, being, good neighbors to each other anymore. But at least when we come together in something like this, we may be flung all over the place, all over this country, in Britain, Estonia, and who knows where else. We've had people tune in from Australia, from Brazil, and is that Preston?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
home.
Okay, good. Alrighty.
He said to call when we're done.
Okay. But we're at least able to talk to each other and say, hey, how are you? And, if I would hope that if somebody needs something, that we're able to, do what we can, whether it's just moral support or being able to say, hey, I know something, I know somebody here or there that might be able to, help. That's at least doing something to keep, positive connections, in a world that, seems so set against them. So, and that's the most I'm going to say about that, because, otherwise we'd be getting bogged down into taking sides on things. And that's part of the problem. So we're not looking for the common, the common heart of it. So. All right, so let's go ahead and pull Cookie. Remember our one from last week when we pulled a Cookie said, teach your children to value the value of authenticity and staying true to themselves. And I realize this is a cookie coming to a lot of folks who don't have children, at least not in the traditional sense. If you were meant to have children, they might find you, maybe years later, because, we've got adopted, kind of informally adopted kids that very much could have been ours. So, but the point of it is you never know who it is that you could be being an example for just by living your life. And I got an interesting illustration of that when a friend posted, had written a poem and included something about me in it earlier this week. So, you never know what kind of an impact you can have just by being yourself. It's okay, sweetie. You can come in here. It's all right. You might hear the squeaky squeaks. That's Indiana looking for us. But let's see. Lucky coincidences will shape your destiny. That is our fortune for everyone. Lucky coincidences will shape your destiny. So, what's really funny about that is, I noticed that there's been a lot of talk about, like, what kind of predictions Nostradamus has, and things like that, various folks for the year ahead. What you have to keep in mind is that the writings of Nostradamus were not, specific for dates, so we don't really know. But you just heard from them. There will be lucky coincidences that will shape your destiny. So, all is not lost. This can be a good year. We have the whole year ahead of us. So, and since we've been this has sort of become a thing, we'll also pull a wisdom text for that. When wealth has been amassed, follow your heart, for wealth brings no advantage when it is a burden. That coming from the teachings of Ptahhotep. So when wealth has been amassed, follow your heart, for wealth brings no advantage when it is a burden. All right, so that I think is very, very positive. So, all right, Yamato, I know you had requested a cookie. So, or was it a cookie or wisdom text? So I'll catch that in a second. I see Lucas from the Goddesses, especially Outset.
And yeah, wisdom text.
Alrighty, and Margot Cookie from Anubis and Sekhmet and Set. Cranberry, Katie, Divination System, and then Zabalin. Okay, yes, and remember, we've we started using the scroll for a sign for wisdom text. So, and yeah, let's try to keep it tame in here, guys.
It's not wise to upset a Wookiee.
So, all right. So Yamano had requested a wisdom text, and yeah, that's one of my projects for this spring is to work on getting cards of these because those will be easier to pull. But okay, do not alleviate your anger at the expense of your adversary. So Yamanu, do not alleviate your anger at the expense of your adversary.
Interesting. It basically means check yourself a little bit before you act.
Yeah. Yeah, don't make a decision based on, the emotion of the moment. Certainly not, an emotion because you got good and angry and said, all right, I'm doing this. That's not the wisest course.
Set yourself before you wreck yourself.
For those that remember Aqua Teen Hunger Force. There we go. I'll set those right there. Alrighty, so. Alright, and we got the Discord requests. Alright, so we're going to start with Lucas.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's where that came from.
Yeah, well, he was doing the Meatwad voice from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Now he might have been quoting somebody else.
Yeah, it's a hip hop thing.
Okay.
But Meatwad did do that at one point.
Yeah, so all right, we're doing Lucas. And you specifically asked for one from the Goddesses. Considering that the Sacred Eye, that's the Eye of Ra, that covers a lot of goddesses, we're going to ask them to weigh in. Money can't buy happiness. So, Lucas, money can't buy happiness.
But it makes a Jim Dandy down payment.
Oh. Well, sometimes that means that you can find happiness without the money that you think you need in order to have it. It can also mean, if you have money, you can still be unhappy. But either way. Next up, Margot pick. Can I get a cookie from Anubis and Sekhmet and Set? So we're asking them to all lend a hand. Financial abundance is near. So, Margot, financial abundance is near. And it's interesting. We have this about lucky coincidences will shape your destiny. And the wisdom text: when wealth has been amassed, follow your heart, for wealth brings no advantage when it is a burden. And you are getting financial abundance is near. So just keep those things in mind when the good fortune finds you. So Margot, that was for you. Next is Cranberry, and then next is Katie from Set. It's been speaking to us a little bit beforehand. So, but first is Cranberry. Love is the key to your success. So, Cranberry, love is the key to your success. And I get the sense that if it comes to a decision about what to do, whether it's with a job or something like that, it's what you love. What you love is important. And if it's not something that you love, don't put your energy towards it. Put what is. All right, so that was Cranberry. Next is Katie. Katie, there will be many new opportunities being presented to you. There will be many new opportunities being presented to you. Okay. Next is a divination system. The road to success is always under construction. So, divination system. The road to success is always under construction. So don't wait for it to be finished. It's always being built on. The road to success is always under construction. And next, I think, is Zabalin. And so you wanted a wisdom text, and then we've got our Discord cookies. And Kyle Hina hosts a prayer for my grandmother who passed away this morning. I'm so sorry.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I lost a grandmother in January too. I'm really sorry. So we're definitely going to have to say a prayer for her. And for you. But hold on, let's so we got that Zabalin. And then let's see. Okay, nice. We got wisdom text for some and cookies for others. Alrighty. And you broke it up. Thank you. So and look at yours. Could also mean no external things are needed to be happy. Yes, absolutely. Okay, Katie's going to head off to bed. Thank you for tuning in with us. Lots of love. Oh, goodness. You have to say it. Okay. So let's get Zabala, and then we'll get our Discord requests. All right. Zabalin. One who is dour throughout the whole day will never have a happy moment. And he who is frivolous throughout the whole day will never establish a household for himself. Yes, and someone else had gotten that last week, I think. And I swear I tried to get these things, there's a decent stack of them here to shuffle, but I guess it was your turn to get the message. One who is dour throughout the whole day will never have a happy moment. And he who is frivolous throughout the whole day will never establish a household for himself. So make time to be happy, but don't fritter it away. Don't doom scroll. All right, so
Sharon,
huh?
same thing applies.
The difficulty that I have two difficulties. For one, we get started talking about things, and you mentioned that you saw something, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me see. And so I go to try and look it up, and we go down a rabbit hole. Or I go to post something on Substack, and then there's like a whole bunch of stuff that I see, and it's like, okay, let me run through this first. It's gonna have to tweak some settings on that, I guess. But wisdom text starting with rabbit, and then Molly Malk, and then Hesibus. So, okay. For rabbit, oh, this is a Do not say, I did this good deed for this man. He did not acknowledge it to me. There's no good deed except a good deed that you have done for him who is in need of it. Oh dear, how are you going to write that one down? Because I know you're copying this over. But do not say, I did this good deed for a man. He did not acknowledge it to me. There is no good deed except one that you've done for one who needs it. Shortening it down a little bit. That's for rabbit. So I'm going to give you a second to huh?
A lot of these ancient wisdom pieces are also recycled to us in our early 80s television shows. They would give us the little factoids like in He-Man and Thundercats and others.
Oh, the moral message at the end of it? Yeah.
Yeah. That one was actually one of them.
Huh. It's interesting. I would not have remembered that. Of course, I'm thinking about G.I. Joe, and now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Of course, we have this weird thing that we ended up doing instead of that. But it would kind of take a minute to explain. But Sarcastic, if you got that one passed on, we can go to the next one for Molly Mal. So let's pull a wisdom text for Molly Malk. If property accrues to you, that's ACCRUES. If property comes to you, give a portion to the God. That is the portion of the poor. That's for Molly Malk.
Heard that recently too.
Yeah, I know. It's like I swear to you, I shuffled these. But
well, when a message needs to come out, it will come out.
Yeah. So for Molly Malk, if property accrues to you, give a portion to the God. That is the portion of the poor. And we'll kind of shuffle these again. Okay, and the next one is for Hesibus, and I'm just going to check because Sarcastic, I don't want to get too far ahead of you since you're being kind enough to pass these along. Okay, yeah, Hesibus, and then we'll do our cookies, which should be shorter. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, and this is for Hesibus. When Horus had been hidden in the papyrus, he became master of the earth in turn. Happiness came to Isis out of misfortune after what she had undergone. Again, that's kind of, I know that's kind of a long one, but the essence is, after the trials that Isis and Horus went through, Horus became ruler of the earth and Isis was happy. She was vindicated. So that's the message for Hesibes. When Horus had been hidden in the papyrus, he became master of the earth in turn. Happiness came to Isis out of misfortune after what she had undergone. Okay, and next is our cookies for Spicy, Eleanor, and B, and then we'll get Kyle Hinojosa, who wants a wisdom text. And for Spicy. This week, you'll receive an unexpected support from a friend. Let me reread that. This is for Spicy. This week, you'll receive unexpected support from a friend. So, okay, hang on.
Yay!
Okay, you know what? It actually managed to get everything going. Yeah, the feed froze. Listen, everyone. Did you miss anything? Let me know in the chat what happened. Because apparently it froze up. We were able to reconnect. The last one we had done was for Spicy. And that was you're going to get unexpected support from a friend, and we're about to draw one for Eleanor, and continue down, with the rest. So yeah, y'all just let me know if I missed something and need to back up. Okay, here we go. If that's all we have to deal with because of the weather, I'm not going to complain. But okay, this is for Eleanor. A positive change in your living situation is on the horizon this month. A positive change in your living situation is on the horizon this month. That's for Eleanor. Okay, so and next is B. All right. Oh goodness. Well, sarcastic. Where did you leave off? Just got to Spices. Okay. I tell you what. I'm going to skip ahead and I'll let you catch up with that because Kyle Hinojosa had asked for a wisdom text, and you're here with us in the chat, so we're not having to transcribe anything.
Yeah.
So we'll pull one for you. Let's see. Okay. A little dew makes the field live. A little dew makes the field live. So a little bit of moisture, a little bit of, that just a little bit can make the field live. So. And we wanted to include a prayer, a voice offering of bread and beer and beef and fowl, incense oils, and all good and pure things on which God lives. For the call of Kyle Hinojosa's grandmother, may she be true of voice before the great God. And may Hathor put her arms around Kyle and surround him with love and good memories of his grandmother. And pass on his love to her in the beautiful West. So, alrighty. Oh no! Don't skip it. All I've left is B. Okay. All right. Well, let's get B, and then after that, we're going on to Gabriel. So, okay. You didn't get that far behind, so it's all good. So here's for B. Okay. Learn to adapt to the challenges of an ever-changing world. So for B, learn to adapt to the challenges of an ever-changing world. Okay, I've got that right here. All right, next up is Gabriel, and you had asked, I saw you had like a lady segment. I dig the icons. We're asking for Mama segment for Gabriel. In February, your creativity will shine and inspire others. So, Gabriel, next month, in February, your creativity will shine and inspire others. And next, sarcastic, you were asking for a wisdom from Hanu. And then, of course, Mary Whippawet from the Jackals. Yeah, it is. The wording from the scrolls is the thing is, those were translated by people that were more concerned about the technicalities and the specifics of the language and their translation, not necessarily for what reads well when you read it aloud. So that's one of the things I'm going to try to work on when I put these together for cards. But we'll do what we can with them, and that's why like I said, if you need me to slow down and wait for one of those, just let me know. But we'll get you, and then Mary Whippawet. And I'm going to go ahead and say, last call for wisdom, y'all. If anybody else has a request, just put that up there. Sarcastic? The hot-headed man in the temple is like a tree growing in an enclosed space. So, I think you got a finger shake there. The hot-headed man in the temple is like a tree growing in an enclosed space. And next, from Marriage Whippaway. Value the importance of forgiveness. Merit Wet, that is from the Jackals. Value the importance of forgiveness. Okay, and thank you for the cookies. Thank you very much. Okay. So yeah, if I got called out, you're getting it too. All right, everybody. Well, let's go ahead and make our offerings endure. But as always, you know, we take requests right up to the very end. So, if somebody has a request for prayers or a cookie or something, it's something that I missed, just go ahead and put that in there. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Aeneid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Gebeth, the earth's Ba, endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shanit in Unu, endures. As the name of Osu, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset in Necheru endures. As the name of Sutak in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pe endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Chamenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Ptah, O Amun. You have come in peace, O Yunachuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Amun, O Ptah, O Yunachuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Yes, and we did this technically a little early. If you wanted to do something on the actual day that was the midpoint, it would be on the 13th, which is Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, so, leave an extra offering or something, for the actual filling of the sacred eye. And okay, Gabriel, may I have a prayer for fortitude and determination to make the actions I want to make and not let laziness and fear hold me back? Absolutely. And it's funny, that was something that we got. It's funny, you mentioned that. And one of the fortunes that we got at New Year's, at Kemetic New Year's, which was 6 months ago this week, was about, okay, that's 2024. Yeah, 2025. This year, let go of fear and embrace courage in all aspects of your life. That was our wisdom text on July 18th. So, it's interesting that, at the midpoint you mentioned that. But we'll say a few more prayers for everyone, including, things like that. We ask that you grant wisdom and, the ability to find the courage that you have within yourself. May you grant life, prosperity, and health, alertness, favors, and affection. May our eyes see you every day as righteous ones who set you in our hearts. Supply our needs of bread and drink, and guard our mouths in speaking. Come to us and give us counsel. Make us heedful of your wisdom. When one appeals to you, O Yonashuru, you come from afar. Lend your ears to the lonely and the poor. May you give breath to those who are wretched, and bread to those who have none. Guardians of the weak, may you set the oppressed free, and let your blessings surpass all wealth. All right, now sarcastic. Do some courageous stuff, okay? Yeah. Of course, in fairness, I have to, sometimes, gently nudge you too, Darren.
What?
Well, we're using colorful language when we're, having a service, but that's okay.
Sarcastic, you keep the yellow, blue, and green stuff out of that red stuff, and don't be getting into the brown stuff, man. Keep the colorful stuff for off screen, dude.
That'll be good. All right, well, guys, I know it's tough out there, but keep in mind, we keep getting all of these positive messages, and I think that's what we've got to focus on. The gods have things to say to us that are more important than what we hear floating around in cyberspace and the world around us. We've got to keep our focus on what they're telling us. That's really I think what faith is. It's not about I believe this or the other, no matter what other people say. It's keeping focus on what in your heart is important. What they have to tell us, and keeping that faith, that belief that things are going to get better.
Consider this. They want us angry, scared, and divided.
They being other people.
All the negative. They being negative in whatever context you want to put it.
Yeah, that's true.
Negative wants us angry, scared, and divided. We don't have to live in Pollyanna land, but we don't have to soak our feet in BS every day either.
Yeah. So that's a good point. The being angry and divided and all that stuff. That's giving into the negative forces at work. Whatever and whoever they are. But the gods keep having a message of love and good things are coming and positivity and hang in there. So we don't see it, but we have to be willing to say, okay, you're bigger than, Ra and Amun and Ptah, they're bigger than we are. They see more than we have. They've been through worse than we have. So we have to trust that they will point us the right way.
Return evil with kindness.
Or with good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But also, you got to start with the good in yourself. And I think, we tend to beat ourselves down and give into our negative impulses, too quickly. So don't do that. The gods are trying to point us in towards light and positivity and perseverance. So that is what I will, leave you with, for this weekend.
Live conscientiously.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear it? Did you hear any Indiana baby squeaking in the background? You see, that's another thing. What I love about her is she's she's also very positive. She's always happy to see us. She's always, you know, ready for treats. Yes. So that, you know, I think our pets are another message. You know, our pets teach us about God's love, whatever you believe, or identify God as or goddess as being. And the other thought I have is, and I shared this with Darren, if our gods love us even as much as we love our pets, we ought to be in good shape. Think about that. So thank you all for joining us. Yeah, everybody have a great weekend, and a week ahead. Be safe, and come see us next week. Next Friday. Let me try it out.
Be well, everybody.
Yes. Yeah, Indiana's a squeak squeak. Lots of love, y'all.